Look, these were what are called closed-door consultations. That is not a public meeting of the Security Council. All we hear about these are unofficial background briefings given by delegations who were inside the room. But the room itself is a very small chamber. I've been there many times. It's just the 15 members of the council, their own teams, and the members of the secretariat. There is no audience, no spectators, no media. So the first thing is that everything we hear about this, you must understand, is not official or confirmed. What we hear, however, from these background briefings that the media is reporting is that the meeting did not appear to have gone as well for Pakistan as they would have hoped. They are one of them 15 members. So they are inside the room. India is not inside the room. So in these circumstances, Pakistan would have thought that they had an advantage. But the impression that we are getting is that a number of delegations asked very tough questions, in particular about the Lashkar-e-Toiba, its role, its initial claim of responsibility, and so on. And I think the concerns that have come out have been largely that terrorism is extremely dangerous and that it can understandably provoke an Indian reaction, which in turn can lead to further escalation. So there was a certain willingness, from what I gather, to be very critical of what happened in Pahalgam. Honestly, beyond that, it is difficult to say. We need to wait for official statements. The Secretary General has issued a rather predictable statement expressing concern about the prospects of war. As far as the Council itself is concerned, there is going to be, at best, an informal statement agreed within consultation that will then come out. That has not happened so far as I know, but you're asking me literally a few minutes after the meeting has concluded. We don't know what the final outcome is. Secondly, there can be an official meeting of the Council. Some members may well say that given that Pakistan is a party to the dispute, to come up with an agreed position, having heard only the Pakistani view and not the Indian view, would not be right, and therefore some member states may suggest an open meeting of the Council. We don't know again. Don't forget that these are all being observed from a distance. I have no particular access to any official information anymore, but from my previous knowledge of the way the Council works, this is the best that we can expect at this point. I am quite confident that the Council will not pass a resolution criticizing Pakistan because China will veto it. They will not pass a resolution criticizing us because many countries will object to it and probably veto it. So it is going to be more a call for peace and concern about terror and general kind of language. I'm not expecting anything specifically out of the Council, either in informal consultations or in a formal meeting, that will actually affect us directly very much or affect the Pakistanis very much. That is the sad reality of the way these things function. I think this is an important signal. It doesn't necessarily mean there is going to be war. It just means we want to be prepared, number one. Number two, it sends a signal to the other side that we are taking this very seriously. And so if we do conduct mock drills in every city in the country, that clearly sends a message to the other side that we are preparing for war, whether we are or we are not. I mean, there's a lot of bluff and double bluff involved in some of these things. None of us knows what the government is going to do. Let nobody pretend that they have all the answers. Only the government knows at the very highest levels. Let's leave it to them to do what they judge best for.